you got to stop. I let you have one. I ain't say nothing about it.
Hold him up.
Come on now. We don't jump the gun on that stuff because the last thing I want to hear is my name associated with tampering or anything like they do our kids.
He could have potentially completely messed up his whole collegiate career. He can't come back to Colorado or any other team. Deion Sanders warned you guys. He told you that there was some tampering. He tried to tell y'all that the NCAA was out there allowing craziness to happen and allowing his players to get poached in illegal or maybe suspect ways. And one most notorious was Mr. Isaiah Augustave, one of the leading rushers and one of the more prominent players coming into this season of who could lead the things and it could turn around, hopefully, the lethargic running game for Colorado Buffaloes. But he is apparently back in the transfer portal, so he committed to Virginia on a presumed $500,000 NIL deal. And we're going to listen to those throwback videos of Deion Sanders telling about it, warning about it, being pressed about it. And then we're going to also go on Isaiah Augustave's page because he has officially opened up his recruitment back. And we're going to go deeper into this whole Virginia situation because it seems like it went from dangling fake NIL deals, which that's what it seems like. It really, from what it seems like, there was some money that he was owed. And there's not much other reason to not be there other than that money not being there when he was owed. So let's hop right into it. If you enjoy these types of videos, right? If you enjoy college football videos, if you enjoy football content of all shapes and sizes, go ahead and like the video. Dislike it if you don't like it. Subscribe if you enjoy these types of things. Let's get right into it. First, we're going to start with Coach Prime speaking on a few different occasions of how people enter the portal and what was going to happen and what ultimately happened with Isaiah.
Anybody got anything they want to say? Anybody got anything they want to get off their chest before we get started? Anybody? Anything? Anybody? Everybody quiet? Anybody planning on using us, get on national TV, and jump in the portal? We're going to get that out of the way right now. Because I'd rather you go instead of trying to use us to jump in the portal after you play on national television. Anybody? Going once? Anybody? You know what I'm saying is already know.
You feel me?
You do know that, right?
He already knew what it was, and this is to the extent of which he knew what it was. This is from a well-off media video in which, you know, he had to let these people know.
Virginia, you got to stop. I let you have one. I ain't say nothing about it.
Hold him up.
Come on now. Come on.
Now, if I remember correctly, and we're going to get into that because we have, at the end of this video, not the end of this video, but after this, we're going to go and recap all of where everybody landed so far. I believe there was a defensive back that went to Virginia as well, too. So it's not just him, right? It's not just Isaiah that had the issue. They were talking about in this video that there was another player that was getting offers. And he was open about, yeah, they trying to put that money in my pocket. And then let's hear from, a kind of pissed off Coach Prime about this whole situation.
We got some tremendous guys identified that's in the portal that we felt like we're going to be in the portal. We don't jump the gun on that stuff because the last thing I want to hear is my name associated with tampering or anything like they do our kids. We got contracts. I mean, we got some schools so stupid they give kids contracts, but they're still here. I don't understand that whatsoever. Like, NCAA, y'all got to do something, man. Don't just sit there on your hands and open them up so everybody could grease you during palms and make a ton of money off everybody and don't have nothing to say about nothing. I don't understand that part. But portals is going to be good to us. I think we have several players coming this weekend, which I'm excited to see along with what we already have in-house.
Absolutely. You love to hear that. The latter part, but the beginning part is something that not only he was speaking on, but he talked about it, right? So Isaiah Augustave, Colorado transfer running back, has committed. He was the 6'1", 212, and he was the leading rusher for the 2024 Buffaloes. Now, a lot of people kind of have mixed feelings because they felt like although he's good, and obviously clearly the leading rusher, that he's a bit tall for a running back, right? And I'm not sure if Coach Prime goes for that, even though he has a decent amount had a decent amount of tall running back. So he goes to Virginia, right? And from what I understand, right, and this is the inside from Deion Sanders Jr. Unless you burn every bridge on the way out, Colorado needs to bring Isaiah Augustave back. So this is from Deion Sanders Jr. himself. This is from Bucky. Back to Boulder ASAP. He's a young father who made a business decision, but life's teaching him some hard public lessons. Let's turn this into a comeback story. Redemption still exist. So, he went up there, I'm saying? He said, I have opened my recruitment. And this was, how long was he recruited for? So this is April 20th. He officially signed, or not officially signed, officially committed. So literally a month later, we don't hear nothing other than he has opened his recruitment back up. And some people said they hit him with that Jimmy Horn video. He ain't talking about nothing. Bruh, hit up Coach Prime and cut the foolishness. Y'all got to understand that it's not about NIL. It's about NFL. Put your pride aside. We need you back, man. Your eye should have never left if returning to CU is on the table. Talk to your coaches. Best of luck going forward. So it seems like a lot of people are open to him coming back, even after what I would describe as a kind of a nasty way to leave, right? Again, it is just about the money, and we knew it was just about the money, right? But at the same time, how can any team start building things, right? How can any team really build on anything if simply just offering somebody who needs money most people need money, if simply just offering this amount of money or whatever that apparently is not real, right? Apparently he could have potentially completely messed up his whole collegiate career if things don't actually get settled out, if this does come to fruition and he can't come back to Colorado or any other team, right? Again, this is a guy who started at Arizona, then you go to Colorado, right? You were a 4-star prospect coming into the game, right? An SEC guy, a big level running back that can do a lot of things at a lot of different levels, and I feel like he's kind of squandering it, right? I feel like you get to the point where, again, if there's no bridges burned, you better hope that Colorado can give you the opportunity, because, like, if you want money, how is having the lights and the shine and all the like all the craziness and all the media attention that Colorado already brings, how is that not beneficial enough for you to stay? I'm confused, right? I know there was going to be a shared running back room, but at this point, the Colorado running back room is not the most packed anymore. But we're gonna hear this one video. This is a throwback video from December 20th about Deion Sanders' view of the transfer portal, what's wrong and what's right about it. And then after that, we're gonna hop into a little bit of a recap of where Colorado stands when it comes to the portal currently.
That you have gotten it 100% right, but your process from selecting in the portal has been way more right than it's been wrong.
Right.
So you're not just grabbing talent, you're grabbing people that fit.
It got to fit. Yeah. Because a guy could be a phenomenal player, but he don't fit in his locker room. He don't fit in his environment. He don't fit in the way we do things. He don't want to hustle. He don't want to work. He just want to be given things. He don't want to be a team guy. He want to be a me guy. That don't fit and that don't work with me. Why? Because I'm old school, man. Yeah. I'm old school. Our staff is old school.
Absolutely.
Everything around here breeds old school principles. So you're not going to have success attracting something that ain't you. Yeah. And not spending the time to evaluate something that's so far dismissed from who you are, it ain't going to work. And it's unfortunate for some kids that have chosen this environment, this situation, just for money, or just because you feel like you could do this, you feel like you could do that. Like, we even have, not here, but we even have some kids that may choose a college. We've had them, the kids that we recruit, choose a college, want to be a receiver, and the quarterback ain't that. So how your numbers going to be that, and you just chose a school just to get a bag, but the quarterback ain't that. Yeah. So have you considered elevation? Have you considered the next level? You can't get there when you don't have the environment that's conducive to success. Sure. It don't make sense. Yeah. And a lot of kids don't think like that. Even when we're meeting with kids in the recruiting room, I tell them, look at, man, if this is not the place you choose, please choose somewhere that's going to elevate you and help you reach your destination. Like from a football standpoint, from a personal standpoint, from a business standpoint, and an intellectual standpoint, make sure you check all the boxes. Yeah. Because you got to know who you are too, and some things don't fit.
And again, when people like to, or when they try to paint, Deion as some type of con man utilizing the transfer portal to either get unfair advantages or take things to another levels, I think it's funny because he constantly says things like that, right? Not just about, I'm not just bringing players in to bring players in. We're bringing players in to build a culture, right? This culture that y'all thought was never going to be able to be built through the portal, right? Some teams, some historic teams like Florida State struggled to do it, but clearly Deion Sanders is having a better chance through the portal specifically of still finding ways to, hey, how do I build upon and how do I take things to the next level? So much so that, as we review all the different portal additions, we've got a little bit to go over, as you can see. I think something to really stand out is the fact that ESPN did a bit of a ranking of top impact portal players, right? Wait, was this on 3? I believe this was actually on 3. Not here we go. Sorry, Colorado. Yeah, so ESPN top 100 transfer portal players, and it seems like Colorado landed 2 of them. One in defensive lineman out of former Alabama player Jaheim Otis, and then you got former Liberty quarterback, two-way dual threat phenomenon, Caden Salter. So we're going to read both of them, their small little profiles they have, and then we're going to do a small breakdown of what Colorado has picked up in the world of transfer portal. So starting number 20 ranked out of the top 100 impact transfer portals for ESPN. Transfer from Alabama to Colorado, 2 more years left of eligibility. He is a junior background. Otis was a number 38 recruit in the 2022 ESPN 300 and started 13 games over his first 2 seasons with the Crimson Tide. Heading into 2024, off-season surgeries for shoulder, knee, and ankle issues forced him to miss spring practice and limited him at the start of the preseason camp. So he played a rotational role early on and averaged 17 snaps per game. Alabama's new coaching staff, unsatisfied with his playing time, he opted to redshirt and sit out the rest of the season to enter the portal. Otis had 52 tackles, 5 pass breakups, and 1.5 sacks during his time in Tuscaloosa, and certainly has the size and potential to be an NFL talent. Again, 6'5", 320. I can't remember the last time Colorado had some beef like that on the interior, but that, like when you talk about stopping the run, and I think that's something that Colorado did a decent job at, but you can really start gapping this defense if you just get a run game going, and I feel like you can just start kind of rolling over them and pass. But if you have a 6'5", 320-pound defensive tackle right in the middle, disrupting things, helping things, opening lanes for linebackers, I think, and this linebacker group, a lot of Colorado fans think they need some help. So I think that's something clear to point out. So if you have a big dog at 6'5", soaking up double teams and just eating up space, it makes it easier for your quote unquote not as you would say ready quote unquote linebacker class that some of the Colorado fans fear. So here we go for Caden Salter, number 45 from Liberty. 1 more year left. He's a redshirt junior. Background: Salter led a historic season for Liberty in 2023 on a 13-0 run, a Conference USA title, and a trip to the Fiesta Bowl. He earned Conference USA MVP honors in his first season. Operating coach Jamie Chadwell's spread option attack. The Flames couldn't match 2023, falling to 8-3 this fall. But few quarterbacks in the portal market have more. And God, wow, 8-3 at Liberty, and that's looked at as like a negative. But in the portal have proven dual threat production. The former Tennessee transfer, and if you want to go watch my Caden Salter video, he was actually kicked out of Tennessee for some nefarious things. But yeah, he's definitely turned things around. The former Tennessee transfer has put up 5,887 passing yards, 2,000 rushing yards, 77 total touchdowns with 31 turnovers throughout his career. So let's go deeper. And now that we've talked about the 2 impact players that I think are going to immediately have an impact, whether even if Julian Lewis starts, I think Caden Salter is going to have an impact there. Let's talk about some of the other players that have been added. So Colorado has now added 3 transfer offensive linemen this spring. You have a Memphis lineman out of Xavier Hill, Larry Johnson III out of Tennessee, and Andre Roy Jr. Maryland. So that's Big Ten talent, American talent, and then SEC talent when it comes to the world of the offensive line for a team that has been pretty notorious for having a poor run game and even more poor offensive linemen. You now have an All-American freshman left tackle in Jordan Seaton, and now you've got some SEC talent, you've got some Big Ten talent, you've got some big dogs. So the Maryland transfer, Mr. Andre Roy Jr., he committed to Colorado. He's 6'6", 295, who played 17 career games, started 7 games at left tackle for the Terrapins last season, and allowed just 1 sack. 6'5", well, they have him at 6'5", 300. Started 7 games, 434. Only allowed 1 sack though, so that is definitely confirmed. Obviously, you probably want to kick him over the right tackle because Jordan Seaton is sitting comfortably in a left tackle. Now, a few more updates. Jalen Wester, obviously brother of the other Wester, LeJante. He hopped in the portal and found his way at Western Kentucky. So congratulations to him. Hope he does big things. And Mr. Brandon Hood, brother of a lot of brothers involved in the world of Coach Prime. Like I pointed out in the other game, he has found his home in UMass. So the other Hood, Colton Hood, I believe he's at Auburn, or no, he went to Tennessee if I'm not incorrect. So a little bit of a swap there because, you know, Colorado did pick up some Tennessee defensive backs and offensive linemen. You got Mr. John Slaughter, who committed to Colorado, 6'2". Like I always talk about, Deion Sanders loves big corners, right? He loves a big, violent, physical cornerback. You can go all the way back from Kamani McLean. You can talk about R.J. Johnson, who's currently still on the roster, right? He likes he really appreciates a cornerback that can get into these wide receivers, disrupt their break, and really kind of command and dictate them physically, have things done. Now, speaking of some other recruits, Hakeem Williams is extremely controversial. Now, this is a 6'5" big bad dog with a lot of speed and a lot of potential. I mean, as you see, he just kind of dominates and works things, and he's very smooth for his size. FSU always finds a way to get these big receivers, Keon Coleman, Kevin Banks Jr., you know what I'm saying? I don't know what these boys doing. Anyway, but the reason why he's notorious is because he actually took some shots at Travis Hunter when he made it to FSU. So he said the latest FSU 5-star had a message for Noles fans on signing day, and he said, "Ain't no Travis Hunter over here. We locked in, time to work." And of course, Travis Hunter said, "Couldn't be me." And he said, "You're right. I'm solid. That they will take me over you right now. Better ask your coach." Woo! Hey, y'all keep treating Travis Hunter like he ain't got that dog in him. He be chirping at people, dog. He said, "Hey. I could play two positions and they still want me over, you bum." So it went from all that talking, all that mess, to now coming back and committing to Colorado, the former 5-star. So that's an interesting thing. That wide receiver room is just loaded with a bunch of people, bunch of big dogs. You got the Tennessee offensive tackle, 6'7". He's also a right tackle, and he played 15 games over the last 2 seasons. So you have two tackles, right? So maybe one plays right tackle. Obviously, he at 6'7" probably can play right, and then you can kick the 6'6" gentleman over to right guard or left guard. Now you can have a big guard class, and that's going to be kind of scary when you think about other Big 12 teams having to deal with some big SEC type bodies in the world of Colorado's offensive linemen. You also got to go ahead and help with the running back room. Remember, Isaiah Augustave, they already said they want to go ahead and add to that. Obviously, after losing Colton Hood too as well, you got to add somebody. So the Incarnate Ward running back was added. We talked about him for a while too. And then from the defensive back side, now again, loves him some big dogs. Here is Kansas State defensive back. He's committed to Colorado. He's 6'2", 200. He has him labeled at 6'3", 200. I think he's going to play safety. And I would say, he's a large safety. So this is what I love to see. Because you haven't really seen a lot of size from the safeties. I've seen size from the cornerbacks. You've seen some rangy cornerbacks. Haven't seen as many rangy, big, dominant safeties, right? Cam, you would say quote unquote undersized, but it worked in his advantage. He was fast. He was quick. He could play at all 3 levels. And then obviously with Shiloh, he's not the tallest, but hard hitting. They brought different things to the game. I would love to see somebody just walk up as a strong safety and just look over that line, like almost like a mini Kyle Hamilton looking around. And if he can play that role, I think that's going to add some more dynamism. It's going to make him more dynamic on the defensive side of the ball. So that is the recap for the transfer portal and what Colorado has done. Again, the portal was supposed to be closed, but people are still hopping in. A small little recap too. There's Colton Hood. Committed to Tennessee. Of course, Trevor Woods at Jacksonville State. Lots of great stuff to see, man. Obviously, a few more offensive linemen that they lost. Zachariah Owens, no big deal. I think Coach Prime has done a really great job in reloading and some of those things. So y'all comment down below if there's anything else particularly you want to see, how you feel about Isaiah Augustave leaving. Do you think that Colorado and Deion Sanders should welcome him back with arms wide open, even though they just got that Incarnate Ward running back? They still have Dallin Hayden, who's presumably, I believe, the #1 running back. So, I mean, hey, I don't think there's a lot of big problems there. So y'all let me know that. Like this video if you like it. Dislike it if you don't like it. Subscribe and you enjoy football content of all shapes and sizes, man. We do that around yonder. Man, keep being great, too. I know you're great. I know you know you're great. But I just like reminding you how great you is. Appreciate you, man. We'll see you next time.